Okay, I'm still trying to decide. I ordered the Yaesu FT891. That's going to go into mobile. I will probably end up ordering the automatic antenna tuner for it as well. I want to see how this Moto antenna basically performs, SWR wise and such, as is, with it stating that no tuning necessary, which that's kind of a tough one. It's possible within a certain bandwidth, but I mean, once you start going out, you know, it may change. So at that point, I may go with that. Now, I was talking with them. I was talking with James over there, and he had said that they've tried experimenting with this wire around the drip edge, and it didn't work. It actually gave them a bad higher SWR. They were getting radiating off the vehicle from the, not radiation like radiation, but it was radiating from the vehicle, and they was having problems with it. I said, well, if I had raised it 6 inches off all the way around, almost like a rack. He said, no. He said they even tried running it with the wire going from rear to front, straight across, not touching, and it was just too close. So this is out. So that'll be working basically as a temporary setup when and if I ever get my ass out of Connecticut. So then I was going to mount it on the rear side of the vehicle. I don't think this should be this way, but I'm going to do it this way. They had the lock washer on the other part, and I would think the lock washer should be on the part that's stationary, not so much the part that you're always loosening. Anyway, so what I was going to do was, on the side of the van, the rear part of the van, I was going to put not a lift and lay mount, but more so of a ratchet type lift and lay, or not even a lift and lay, an adjustable. Okay, hold on, I'll show you what I was talking about. I've already showed it once, but I'll show it again. I'm just trying to do more than one thing here at the same time. Okay, so I was going to use something like this. This is like a marine antenna. It has a ball here where your antenna screws on. I can't find the other side of it, so I would have to buy a complete system. But I was going to use this. This way I can mount it. If I'm looking at the van, I can mount it right here. Here's the windows in the van. I can mount it right here on the metal. The coil would be just above the roof, and then the 5-foot steel. If I'm going into an area that I have to worry about, all right, which is few around here, there are a few, but very few, all I have to do would be go out, loosen this, lay the antenna down, lock it, and the antenna there would lay down this way. Using the steel, not using the 13-footer. This is only going to be used if I'm stationary. So, that's kind of like what I was going to do. And I was doing it this way because I like to keep the coil above the roof, above whatever it's going to be radiating off of, so to speak. You know, it doesn't have to be high, just I want it just above the roof. So that's why I was going to do this. So I'm thinking, what am I going to find? What am I going to find? What can I do? What's out there? So this is going to be the best bet if I had a complete set here, which I'm thinking about buying one. Bolt it right to the van. It's got a good ground. The antenna screws into it. I'm perfect. I'm just above the roof, so the mount will be there. The coil will be, the bottom of the coil will probably be even with the roof, but it'll be probably about 7 or 8 inches away, so I have no problems with that. So that was one of my options. Then I was thinking, well, wait a minute. This is going to give me height. It's going to give me my clearance that I want to have, but it's also going to put me 5.5 feet above the roof. Again, normal driving, normally I don't have any problems around here. We have very few streets that have any low limbs hanging around, this or that, but again, there are a few. In the wintertime, there's more than a few. Sometimes if I have to go out on a call, it may be because wires are down. So I may have to sneak under, you follow, to get to the other side. So this antenna being up there would be a no-no. So I would have to be able to lay it down. Then I says, well, wait a minute. What would happen if I had bought an adjustable lip mount and put it on the lip of the van? This here way the coil will be here. So it's away from the van, basically. This is the windshield, so it's not a big deal. Actually, my van has a little bit more like this. It's an Astro van. All right, and I can move this down about midway. So the coil would be here. I still have the 5-foot steel, but I'm now going to need to be 2 foot lower. So that may be the practical place to go with it. So, you know, that, but this way, it's right here. I can do a measurement on what I need for coax so that I would have a good match. You know, because you don't want to cut your coax to fit, so to speak, especially if it's going to be a short distance. You need X amount of coax in order for it to radiate right and to match right. So I'd have to figure what I would need. If I wanted to cut it to fit, I'm talking maybe 2 feet, 2 feet, 3 feet, less than 10 feet. So, I mean, that may work in this case. You know, and then the tuner, once I get the tuner will be in here as well with the radio. All right, I've got a thing I made. It looks something like this, and it's got shelves in it like this, and it's got an open front, so all the radios sit down in here like this. All right, and then it's got another one here, and it's got an open bottom. It's actually like this. So I have an open bottom here, so I can slide the tuner right up underneath there. I also have a power inverter, 1800 watt power inverter down under there as well. So, but at that point, that's how that would work. So for you guys that are using this antenna, what do you think? Should I just buy another mount and do it and put it? I gotta buy a mount regardless. Buy a mount and put it here, or buy a mount and put it on the lip of the hood there. If I buy the mount here, it's going to have to be one that I can ratchet down, so it'll be like this mount. If I buy one here, it'll just be a small adjustable type, you know, where I can adjust the bottom on an angle. I don't want one that has a little ball, because the ball I don't think is going to take the weight of that, and if it did, it's not going to take the weight if I was to go stationary with this on a bad wind. So I need a good strong mount for that. So so you guys that are running these motos on your vehicles, what do you find? What do you think? You know, give me some ideas here, guys. You know, should I really do on that one. Should I take my Astro van and put one here, where the coil will be here, on a lip mount? And again, I don't mind drilling holes. Or should I just drill 4 little holes here, naturally my other hole, and I have a cover for that, you know, one of those shell covers for a drip loop, and just put it back here and have it, the coil would probably be even. The bottom of the coil will be even with the roof of the van. What do you think, guys? Give me some ideas.